This is my fall-winter garden planning. And what we have here is a representation of my two middle beds and the two totes. So be bed 1, 2, we can call this 3, and 4. Right now I have a lot going on in this bed. A lot of weeds I'm just letting grow for mulch. I'm going to be waiting for the marigolds to die back in this bed before I really plant in them. This one is pretty much empty except for a few brassicas from last year. So I can start planting in this one pretty soon. Here I have everything I'm going to be planting, maybe. Some of it is definite, some of it I might not get to. Some of it I might decide against. Starting off is this there's broccoli, the DeSico variety. I haven't done this variety before. I usually do this variety here, a Brazilian and non-heading variety. Since it doesn't really head too much, I don't really get that much out of it as far as the flowers that we usually eat go. But I have gotten a little bit, and it does handle heat extremely well. I've managed to keep this thing alive pretty easily in 90-degree heat, which is why I grow it. This one won't handle the heat as well, but during the fall and winter that shouldn't be a problem. I just wanted something that would give me nice heads of broccoli. So this is going to be a definite. And since I've done this for the past 2 years, this one's going to be a maybe. As for the layout of the bed, I usually have done them this way. However, this time around, I think I'm going to do them crossed. It's this way. And for the record, I have north is in this direction. So the sun comes in from this direction. How I'm going to be planting them is I'm going to have the tallest plants in the back here. And they're going to go in like so. And then they're going to be staggered this way. So that way light coming in from this direction won't block each other. Now I'll just continue that sort of planting pattern throughout the bed. Moving on, I have my nasturtiums. A lot of places usually grow these during the summer in direct sun. In my area, that doesn't seem to be the case. When I first tried these, I tried them in a variety of different places in my garden, and the place that they did the best was in the dappled light and shaded area. Now these are a maybe as well, because I'm not sure if I'm going to get to them just yet. This red Russian kale was a particular favorite during 2020, and one of the best ones I grew. However, I'm getting a little bit tired of it, and it doesn't hold up quite as well as some of the new contenders. So I'm going to leave this one out for now. I have the dinosaur kale, as you can read what it's also called there, and the black magic kale. These are very similar to each other. However, the Black Magic Kale has a much lighter flavor, and it doesn't really get bitter during the heat. So I'm going to grow more of this. I actually still have some of this in my bed right now. So that one's going to be a definite. And since they're so similar in how they grow, I'm going to leave this one out. I grew some of this lettuce last year as well, and it is actually a very flavorful lettuce. You don't usually bite into a sandwich and say, that was good lettuce. However, I'm not sure, I haven't really planned out where I'm going to put this, so I'm going to put this into the maybe pile. Ethiopian kale. I believe I have another package around here. Here we are. This was the clear winner from last year. It pretty much provided me with the crop almost year-round. And it didn't get bitter when it got hot. Instead, actually, it developed more of a mustard flavor once it started bolting and got hot. Depending on how I prepared it and what time of year, I got about 3 or 4 different flavor profiles out of this one plant. So this is a definite one I'm going to grow again. Something I've never grown before are radishes. I don't really care for radishes I buy at the grocery store. However, I did find that my bird will eat radishes, and I'm going to be trying a few varieties here to see which one I like the most. These are going to go into the first bed here. I'm going to be waiting until my marigolds die out in this bed before I plant it, though. So it will be later in the year or when I get to planting these. And they'll be direct sown into that bed. The bee balm seemed to do better during the fall or winter months in my area, even though it's usually a summer crop. I'm not really sure where I'm going to put it just yet, so I'm going to put this in the maybe pile. This was another clear winner from last year. It took over the spot I planted it in. I got quite a bit out of it, so this is going to be a definite. This was an experiment from last year to grow tomatoes during the fall winter. This particular variety handles cold a little bit better than others, so I figured I'd give it a try in my warmer or hot, almost summer-like winters as I have here in Florida. And it actually turned out pretty well. I got a pretty good crop up out of it. I haven't really decided whether I want to plant this or not, but I'll plant it. Put it in a definite. Finally are my favorite carrots, the Cosmic Purple. And yes, they really do get this color. I'm not really sure where I want to put these, so I'm going to put this in the maybe pile. Now, to keep everything organized, these are my definite pile. So I have my Black Beauty, borage, broccoli, my radishes, my Ethiopian kale, Black Magic kale, since this is all the definite stuff, and this is the stuff I'll be putting in the second bed. This will be clipped together. These are all the ones going in the first bed for sure. they're being clipped together. And while I haven't really worked out where I'm going to put these, you know, one second thought, let's get the carrots. Alright. Stuff I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put just yet. Maybe I'll put them in the totes. Since these nasturtiums grow better in the dapple light and shade in my area, I'll put them in my front yard. Or it would be a nice decoration, as well as something I can eat. But all these plants are maybes, so they also get clipped together. Now I have everything all set up. So we have our maybes, which will probably go in my totes. So, totes. Bed 2, where I usually put my brassicas. Bed 1 with all the radishes. And there you have it.